right. Arty Peg, all right?
Alright, what's up, everybody? It's the Arty 84 show. We're live here, post New Year's Eve, first show of 2019.
Yes.
There's always the mallet to the left of me.
Hey.
And in the corner, you can see his balls and his penis right now. It's double back.
It's weird seeing that the fantasy football thing is gone. It just looks so naked up there now.
Yeah, he retired it since the season's over.
Yeah, that's true.
Packy champion this year was Joey P, followed by Joe from Seattle, and Fatty Matty won third place, and he was very surprised.
Where was I? Fourth, fifth? I think I forgot.
Oh, I said to him, I go, hey, you won third place. How would you like your money? And he's like, ooh, I won.
Wait, I thought it was a winner takes all.
No.
I asked you about that before. You said it was all winner takes all.
I did not say that.
I thought it was. Anyway,
It's always been,
it doesn't matter anyway. Because I wouldn't place.
Yeah, it's been like 30. You get money back for the third. You get like 100 for first, 100 for second, and 200 for first. So, yeah. So we have two-time champion who won. So far in the league, Joe P's won twice, Susie's won once, and Doubleback has won once. So in 4 years, Tommy, you probably don't want to take that. We had a New Year's Eve party here a couple days ago.
I know this was only a couple days ago. It feels like.
Yeah, well, if we did that show usually like we do on Wednesdays, it would have been yesterday.
Yeah, it's all been screwy. It
Yeah.
has been. I'm all messed up. I'm like, oh, that's right. It's Thursday.
Yeah, it's nice to have a short week, though.
My God, it's a black midget.
There's a black
Double
midget.
points.
Look at that. We're watching Mike Busey. You know who Mike Busey is?
Is it Gary Busey's kid?
It's Gary Busey's nephew.
Oh, nephew. Okay.
And he does he lives in Tampa, and he lives in like this castle. They just do stupid shit, and they videotape it and have parties and stuff. He probably won't survive very long.
Probably not.
I mean, he's been on. I mean, like his life.
How old is he?
I don't know. He looks terrible for his age. You ever find out someone's an actual certain age, and you're like, holy shit, they're only that old?
Well, you've aged terribly.
Yeah, there's a guy in my office today that I found out that was only 45.
Yeah.
I could have sworn he was in his mid-50s. I could have sworn he was about to retire.
Yeah, they're out there.
And then I was like, you kidding me right now?
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
All I'm seeing on this channel is ass.
Yeah, it's basically what they do in this channel.
It's
so
just ass.
I can't even. Some of the stuff's unbearable. He lives in Tampa. Mike Busey is his name. He's stupid. He does this thing. It was called the Sausage House.
That's pretty gay.
Is what he used to live. Over here.
The Sausage House.
The Sausage Castle. I'm sorry.
Still
So there's
bad.
an episode right here. We'll watch this one where the Sausage Castle burns down.
Still pretty bad.
So there's this house.
Whoa!
So there's this house in Tampa that he lived in, and it was they had parties all the time, and someone set it on fire. It was called the Sausage Castle. It was in the middle of St. Cloud. I'm sorry.
So where did it move to?
He built a new sausage castle.
It
was literally in the middle of the woods. It was miles from any other person's house, so he could do all this crazy shit.
Okay.
It just seems.
I want to infiltrate and go actually into one of these houses. Not to.
You could probably go to the parties. Actually, I mean, I don't see why you couldn't.
Everyone's so fucked up. No one's gonna know who you are.
No, you probably can
just
go
walk in.
infiltrate and try to get the inside.
Unless there's security.
It was like an abandoned house they took over. This is what the house looked like before.
Well, that's the burning.
Yeah, that's why it's all burnt down now. But the only thing that survives in a Florida house fire is the screened-in porch for over the pool.
Yeah, Jake Busey is his son. He was in movies for a while.
Okay, so it's his cousin, right?
This
Yeah,
is his cousin Mike.
Yeah. It's the black sheep of the family. Well, although Gary Busey is a little fucked in the head, though.
Oh, he's lost it. He's gone.
Yeah, he's just.
He had a motorcycle accident though, so it was probably between the coke
did some damage. Yeah.
and then the motorcycle accident that he had.
He talks like this. He's like, sometimes the sun is bright, but then the bright sun forms a fork in my mind, and then I bring that to the store.
With less southern accent.
Yeah, he has this like
It's
Buseyisms. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I see a rainbow. At the end of the rainbows, colors are the filter of the world.
Do you remember that
I like
show
chicken.
That was on MTV? It was Me and Busey. It was in the early 2000s.
Yes.
It was last a season or two.
So I think this is a spin-off of it.
Yeah, very obscure one, but yeah.
Yes, I think this is somehow related somehow. Like, there's a chick with booby tassels.
Yeah.
There's got to be a lot of DNA in those hot tubs.
Definitely. At least the hot tub, though, will kill it all pretty quick.
Yeah,
but,
that's true.
You're getting a staph infection, probably.
You would need a temperature at least 120 degrees to kill anything. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure they're not heating it to a proper... it's crazy. It's burned to the ground.
They probably thought it was cool.
Well, look how close they are to a fire. Like, he's trying to put his own fire out. Did he ask the fire? Because he's literally in the middle of nowhere, so it was very easy for that thing to burn.
I wonder if what was the reason behind it.
I'm not too sure. I did look this up. This movie's probably... How long ago was this? This was January of 2017, so this is a year ago.
Oh, my God. He actually looks like one of them. Like, I just saw him talking to the camera, and his front profile, his face, he looks like a fat
He's
Busey.
a fat Busey. Yeah, this is about a year ago. Sausage Castle 7 is now a memory. Apparently, there was other Sausage Castles that they got kicked out of and moved to and stuff like this. And apparently, MTV. It was a show on MTV, I think, at some point. But
I think they need to change the name.
Yeah,
I'm kind of in favor of that. I mean,
it's a Sausage Castle.
Yeah, I think it sounds like a man fest.
Hey, maybe it was.
I mean,
maybe it's where place where you got your sausage played with.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
I'm not saying change to something like the Pleasure Dome.
Ooh.
But Pleasure Dome.
Pleasure Dome is what the Daily Woo calls his apartment.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of action going on in there.
He brings no pleasure to anyone.
Nothing. No.
Nothing.
Not physical anyway, but maybe visual and mental stimuli.
Yes.
Oh, God.
But, yeah, so it's the new year. It's 2019. We're at episode 86.
Any news resolutions, Arty?
No.
Nothing?
Fuck it. That's what I say.
No?
Well, 15 minutes ago, Double Back, Adam and I had agreed that we are going to Tokyo in 2020.
Yeah, 2020.
And Sue's up in the air. She's going to come with us. So when I'm riding Thunder Mountain in Tokyo Disney, I will send you a Snapchat, which I don't even use. I don't even have a Snapchat, but I will get one for this particular occasion. And I'll Snapchat you. Yeah, whatever the new thing is. Whatever the kids are using these days.
Yes.
It'll be 12 o'clock in the afternoon here. It'll be 12 o'clock at night in Japan.
I think Susie is just afraid of them eating mothballs around her.
Yeah, Sue, why don't you like to Japan? Those are your people.
She's prejudice.
Those are my people.
What are your people?
Chinese.
So she's Chinese.
All
right. Well, we're in the right area.
I can actually tell the difference. I can.
Oh, you can. It depends on how many drinks. It goes from Chinese Susie to North Korean
No, I mean,
Susie.
in general, with Asian people, I can tell usually.
Oh, yeah. Most people can.
No,
yeah.
most people can't. Most
you
people
don't think
are
so?
dumbass
I can
Americans.
tell. And the Cambodians are a little darker.
Yep.
You know, the Filipinos look a little more like Australian white. Like who's that chick? The rapper?
I have no
Iggy?
idea. Really?
Exalia? Yeah.
I feel like the Chinese, out of all of them, the tallest, though. Even though they're not tall.
You think they're the tallest?
They're not tall, but out of all of them, I would say the Chinese, I think, are tallest.
Yeah, I would say the Japanese are tallest.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No. Yeah.
How do you know this? Is this a fact?
Half of my building's Chinese.
No one can hear her.
Half of our building is Chinese.
Everyone just hears us talk and then they hear it's silence. The microphone's right there. Right there. If you want to interact with us, even though you look like Christmas.
You look like Christmas?
Your red pants and your green
Still
sweatshirt.
Christmas.
Is it?
No, it's not Christmas.
I am glad the holidays
We're
are
actually
over.
so far from Christmas right now. We're almost
glad.
closer to our Japanese trip.
I wish.
You said it was a few thousand, like $1,000 to fly there round trip.
Yeah, it's like between $1,000 and $2,000.
You know what I say? Since we have like a 14-month, we get 12. We have like a 16-month, advantage here. Let's put a few bucks aside. Let's fly in the pods. Let's take a pod to Japan.
What the hell is that?
Then the first class.
Sleeping pod?
Oh,
yeah,
God.
sleeping pods, yeah.
Oh, man. But aren't those, like, claustrophobic?
No, I mean, they just have like a
They're,
little.
open.
Yeah, they open. There's like a curtain or something.
I see.
You can have pods for 2 and pods for 1.
I want pods for 2.
Who's going to go in there with you?
I want a pod for 1 with 2 people in it, though.
Oh. I think there's a lot of swinging going on in those airlines.
Definitely.
People just changing up their pods.
Probably.
I got to tell you, for a 12-hour flight to Japan, I'll be not sleeping for about a day and a half. Yeah. I'm going to keep myself up so when I get to the airport, because it's going to be a night flight.
I did 16 in Australia. It was
16 direct?
No.
Oh, you stopped in L.A.?
Yeah.
Okay, so probably about the same.
But that layover was like what, 6 hours? I think I had a 6 hour layover.
Yeah.
So it was still up.
And did you go to, when you flew home, was it L.A. again?
Yes.
Okay. So that's probably what we would fly. Yeah. What? What are you looking at?
The price dropped.
For what?
The house.
Which one?
Danvers.
How much did it drop to?
$349.
Oh, is this the one that you guys backed out of?
I said we put an offer in for what we thought with that loan. Yep. Do it before the open house.
Is that the one that needs the work that you were talking about?
Yeah, but we're going to go in low.
Yeah.
And we figured how much we need to bring it up to
Would
speed.
still make it
and it'll
worthwhile.
still be under what we offered. So if that all works out good, the problem is it's a very nice house. It's north of here. It's close to, it's probably like 10 minutes from here, which is actually really local. So it's down the street from your work.
Yep.
You know, it's right off the highway. It's a huge piece of land.
It's got a place for the pups to run around in.
Oh yeah, tons of land. We gotta be in Contento that land is associated with that property though, which is a little concerning to me that they have. There's a large piece of property behind it that's attached to it with the house, but they have different parcel numbers on the deeds. So what that tells me is a long time ago the person owned a big piece of land and they split it in intention to sell the land for someone. But it's an unaccessible piece of land because there's no way to get to that land without going through another piece of property.
That's weird.
So I think they maybe intended that maybe the neighbor next door would buy it because it's a dead end street.
Okay.
But when you get to the end of the street, past the neighbor's house, it becomes Danvers conservation land because it's part of the river.
It sounded like you were going to say constipation.
Constipation land.
You almost said that.
Where you can't squeeze out a poo-poo. All right. What you looking at over there? Yeah. Let's drop that D.
Do it, Suze. Do
Yeah.
it. Drop that.
Drop that
Drop it
D like a
hot.
mofo.
Drop it like it's hot.
No, but yeah, I mean,
I just said that.
it would be a lot nicer that we don't have to be in my living room to do these shows.
That and us paying closing costs.
What was that, about $5,000? Yeah. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, sure. I mean, it's still a nice little offer. It's still better than what they're going to get. I'm going to tell you that much. We were looking at a house in Sterling, Mass. You know what Sterling, Mass is?
You talked about that last time. I don't even remember where it is.
It is so far from here that I would never see you guys probably ever again. Seriously, no, you guys would never go out there.
Unless I wanted to dump a body. Is it like one of those places?
No, Joe might actually because it's about half hour from Anthony's house. So on the way home, he might go north and hit us up. But it's probably about
a lot of woods, dump a body zone.
Ah, yeah.
I looked it up Sunday morning, like when there would be no traffic, and to get from Sterling to here was an hour and 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Is it like near Taunton? Like, where is the
no,
closest?
It's near Fitchburg.
Okay,
going that
thank
way.
you.
It's
That's
going northwest.
Right, yeah, you got to name like a city or town.
Picture Worcester.
I gotcha.
Worcester's here.
Yes.
It's
Pittsburgh's
like
here.
east.
So it's in the middle. So if Worcester's here and Pittsburgh's here, it's like there.
Gotcha.
So you can get on 290 and go up to Route 2 and take that to Boston.
All right, I know exactly where
it's in what? It's actually on Wachusett Mountain.
Wow.
So
there you go.
yeah, it's a little bit out there near Leominster to the Lakers.
Leominster.
But the houses you can get out there with the land.
Yeah.
Holy
6 acres.
shit. It's like buying in East Tennessee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The problem is, it's great if you worked in Worcester. If you had a job in Worcester, it'd be fucking ideal.
You want land by like up in Maine, where my dad is up near kind of the Bangor, Newport area. You can get it's $1,000 an acre. Which is great. $1,000 an acre. $1,000 an acre.
Sue and I were talking to a couple that was from New Jersey that has they're older couple. They're retired. They have land up near Freeport, up near your dad, a little bit south of you, where he is. And I think it was Free. Oh no, it was something like that. It was Freeport, one of those towns. And yeah, that's where you go to retire. You know, your dad did it right. Now he's up there all year round.
Yep. Yeah, he's got his own little workshop, makes things.
He does them out in the winters.
Getting some chickens. No, he's living the dream.
He's living the dream.
You know, I'm gonna go up there in the summer, shoot some guns.
Nice.
Listen to some banjo music. They have their own little pond and a lake house. He has a lake house and a house.
Nice. I just want to say, oh, by the way, Alex Wallace was watching. He said, me and my woman watched another 30 Room. So I want to say that, what's his face? Dan Bell owes us some credibility here because we just got you and your people to watch another dirty room. Alex Wallace is watching another dirty room.
Yes. I feel like I have to shower with a fucking Brillo pad after I watch that.
Eric did post it. It looks like it's a zucchini it's exploding with titties.
Did you see the episode where they found the crusty panties?
I did.
Under the bed?
Yeah.
Yeah. That.
Hey, knock it off, you two. What are you, animals or something? Yeah. Another dirty room will make you not want to. Yeah. No, you should do one night. Try watching another dirty room while you're in a hotel room.
Nope.
That would really get your.
Never gonna happen. No, I did not want to do that.
You would never be able to sleep at night.
Exactly.
When I was laying in the hotel room for the wedding the night before in Eric's room, and I was laying there, and I was thinking about another dirty room, and I was getting a little skeeved out.
You've made me want to travel with a black light.
Like I don't want to open. Like you're laying on the pillow, and you know what the pillows look like, and you just don't want to know what it looks like. You know, it almost makes you want to bring your own pillow when you go to these places.
Well, I know you were always skeeved out even before. I remember when we were in Florida, and you would sleep in your hoodie.
Oh yeah, I still do.
Yeah, you still do in hotel rooms.
I'll do something. So basically, what I'm wearing right now is sweatpants and socks.
Yep.
I will tuck my sweatpants into my socks.
Yep, that is why I saw you.
And then tuck my sweatpants into my pants, and then I'll do this. I'll put my hood. I guess I could probably do it with the headphones.
Yep, and then you fold your arms.
This. And then I put my hands in my pocket on my hoodie, and I'll lay on my back.
Yep.
So there's no skin exposed except for my face.
Yep, that's how I saw you.
And that's how I sleep. And I'll jack the heat up in the room so I don't have to go under the covers, as Double Back knows, because when I was sharing a room with him and Anthony, basically I got to the thermostat and jacked it up real quick. So
except Atlanta, it wasn't a friggin' cold. I remember, didn't Maddie sleep on the floor?
Yeah, he almost got pneumonia.
Yeah. I got sick from that. Damn.
It wasn't just because he was sleeping on the floor. He was sleeping on the floor next to the air conditioner that was on full blast. Because it was a little muggy.
Yeah. So
he was getting 52-degree air blown directly to his face, where the rest of us were getting in the 70s.
That bountiful load.
It's the equivalent of falling asleep in a walk-in fridge. That's what he did.
Yeah.
And is this a thing? Did Maddie sleep on the floor at the wedding too? Or did he have a bed?
Anyone Bueller?
Like what is like?
No, he didn't stay at the.
Oh, he went to Anthony's.
No, he went
to Hampton.
Maddie's good at the Irish goodbye. It's called the Irish goodbye when you just leave.
Yeah.
You really say you like.
I feel like at weddings though, there's a lot of Irish goodbyes though, because you really don't have. We're gonna go around and say you already said hi to everyone.
I'm really upset with Maddie.
Why? Because his gift's sitting over there.
Because his gift's sitting over there, and he didn't grace us with his presents on New Year's.
We do have Maddie. If you're watching, you do have a gift here for you with your name. We actually, you see those gift bags up there? Those are intended to give out to guests on the way out of the New Year's party, but we forgot.
I didn't get one.
Well, you can
I got one at the wedding.
You can take one on your way out.
I'll take one on my way out.
There you go. These are supposed to be meant for the guests, and Maddie had a special one where I put a big black dildo in there for him.
On the counter, though, are missing snacks, so I would take one out of the box.
Yes. Yeah.
Gotcha. Thank you for the tip. I like chips. I need a snack for the ride home. I'm a grown boy. I gotta eat.
There you go. Web, you've been using the snacks?
I've been walking by those bags on the counter, taking snacks out of them.
It's Susie. She's the one taking them. Hey, they're yours. Might as well. They're still there.
They've been paid for. You might as well go to a good home. And then we get those like hot chocolate things too. We got enough for the next, 4 weddings.
I love how everyone gets kind of mad when Maddie doesn't show up, but at the same time, you think about it, it's like, how old is he? He's gonna want to hang out with his people. Hello, we're not his people. Like, we're part of his people, but we're not his main. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just kind of
Eric described it best. He's like, Maddie must hate these old people trying to hang out with him all the time.
Probably. Well, I mean, the gap between Eric and Maddie.
It's father son.
Yeah, it's the gap I have between Eric and me.
It's 90.
Like, it's ridiculous. Like,
It's what? It's more than that.
No, so Eric's what, 42, 43?
So put it this way, Eric was born 75, Maddie was born 91. 26 years later.
No, but my gap to Eric is 16 years? Is 7 years, right?
Yeah.
So I'm 35. Eric's what, 43, 42? Regardless, it's around 7 years.
Okay.
Right? And what, Maddie's how old?
Maddie was born 91.
27. Exactly. So the gap between Maddie and me is roughly, it's give or take, is the gap between Maddie and me is the same gap I have between me and Eric. So double that between Eric and
okay, yeah.
That's what I meant. It's hard to, I get what you're saying,
Yeah, he could be his father.
Yeah.
Comfortably. It could be his father, like being married for a few years, attending college and have a job already, father.
Yeah. It's like, I get it. He's going to want to hang out with,
I mean, well,
his crew.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe he
Or he's
likes
dealing.
us.
Maybe he's been, dealing, willing and dealing.
Maybe he doesn't like us. Maybe he's bored out of his mind. Who knows?
Or maybe he's just tired.
Maybe. Maybe he hasn't approached that age yet where he likes us yet. You know what I mean? Maybe when he hits 30, he'll like hanging out with older people.
Maybe.
Maybe one of us molested him and no one knows about it.
What?
I don't know. maybe someone touched him, one of us in the group. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe one day when him and Eric were going for, looking for something to do, and,
he doesn't want to
things
talk
are a little
about it.
He's trying to black it out, to be honest with you.
Maybe. No. He came here a few, was it last week? To drop off, make a sale.
Yes.
Some
Girl Scout cookies.
The mic.
Selling.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Eric followed down with the mic.
That's right. He went down there. We watched him through the window. He went down.
Things did not get off to a good start because remember, no lapede on Eric's.
So, 5 minutes into the new year. No, it was Tommy.
Not even. It was seconds.
Yeah, seconds into the new year, Tommy walked over to Eric and as he was, comatose on the chair that Adam's sitting at right now, and he peed on his Jordans as he had them on.
His expensive, the one thing he loves.
That's how
little
Tommy Brady says Happy New Year, by peeing on your sneakers.
Yeah.
And, we had a good party. We had about 15 people over there.
Yeah, it was a fun
We
time.
played such games as Pictionary and Cards was Against Humanity.
Yeah, I kicked ass. I won that, and my team won in Pictionary.
It was very multi-language.
It was good.
We had people that spoke fluent English. We had people that spoke fluent Spanish. And then we had Todd, who was speaking both.
Todd was speaking Todd.
And then Todd started speaking Spanish. Were you here when he started speaking Spanish to us?
Or Spanglish. It was like a
No,
mix.
he goes, Eric asked him for something. And he goes, Dove de Jugubada. And he starts going off in Spanish. And I go, whoa.
Yes.
I was like, hey now.
Yes. Well, we all left kind of around the same time because it was getting late. And Susie was adamant. She's like, I want to get another round.
Well, you guys missed the second round of people that came.
Oh, really?
Who
else came?
When Matt across the street came over.
He finally came over. It was like 1 a.m. when I left.
Yeah, he came over around 1 a.m.
Oh, wow.
And then we played another round of Pictionary. I think we had people here as well, 3.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Maddie left, and then Joey went to bed. Matt was across the street was here with his girlfriend and his girlfriend's sister.
Nice.
Yeah, we had
Is that her sister?
I think so, yeah. Cousin, sister, associate, if you will. I don't know. I'm quite sure the relationship, I guess you could say.
It was an associate. Yeah.
But there was enough people here to... we still got a little Chinese food left, I guess, don't we? And what's still the burger? No hamburger? No good.
Oh, I don't know.
You don't know. All right, so I guess we're not eating dinner tonight. So, huh? Sorry.
Married now. No effort.
Listen, you know what? It's probably the best. I need to lose 10 pounds, so I'm just gonna stop eating.
Yeah, I get back to the gym.
Yeah, who needs food?
Who needs food?
You know what?
There's calories here, right?
Look at Tim Tracker. He looks good, right?
Tim Tracker looks like he needs to eat a burger.
I hear his voice one more time.
You know what my dream is?
He's better than Adam the Woo.
Do you know what my dream is? My dream is to be laid off from work for months. And where Doubleback is sitting right now, I will not leave that location. Just to go to the bathroom. That's it.
Maybe you should just quit.
And I'm going to go to... No, because I need to get paid, too. So I need to collect a little bit from the state of Massachusetts.
80%. You'll still get 80% unemployment.
If I got fired, yeah.
Al Bundy posed like put your
but
fingers down your pants.
I will watch day 1 of Tim Tracker from 2009.
Ooh.
And then watch it all the way to current time. And then when I'm done with that, I'll watch Adam the Woo. What are we bringing? What's this? It looks like it's a hat from Star Wars.
We got
Hamburg. Yeah, it's not brown. If it was like...
Yeah.
No, it's red. Looks like a pussy.
No.
Do you know my favorite sub shop is closing?
Oh, no, where?
Centauro's Sub Villa over next to on Saugus, next to the across the street from the Square One Mall.
Yeah.
I was going to that place for years. Actually, the original location's where the Walgreens is, and they moved across the street in the 90s. And I bet Joe made a tea this morning before he went to work.
I'll tell you the best.
That was at 3 o'clock.
The best Italian sub you'll ever eat is, and I hate to admit it because I hate my hometown a lot, but it is in Stoneham.
Why do you hate your hometown of Stoneham so much?
I'm just not a fan of it. I was never a fan of the people there. I was never a fan of any. It's the problem with Stoneham is it's a blue collar town that thinks it's white collar and it's not.
Yeah.
They're delusional, and the people there, I never really got along with anybody I went to school with.
My doctor was in Stoneham. We're on Main Street. My
Anthony, it's
pediatrician.
kind of the firehouse. It's like it's like a shop where you can get cold cuts and stuff. But their Italian subs are the most packed you will ever see. I promise you will never. I'm gonna bring one over one day.
See, here's the thing.
They close at a weird time.
I know that people like the subs that are packed. Like if you go to like
it's your bang for your buck. You can feed a family of four. A family of three with a large one.
But like you go to like
they're good.
The Jewish delis in New York and they pack the meat on there. I don't find that appetizing. It's too much meat.
True.
There's a fine line about meat and not too much meat. You know
I like that because I'm not going to eat it all at once.
Yeah,
I can cut that up. I can.
It's something very makes me gag when I eat put that much meat in my mouth. I feel like Tim Tracker in Tokyo Disney. We can get Tim Tracker on the show, I think.
Where is he? You have Adam the Woo and you have Tim Tracker. Like who's?
So we almost
better?
gone. Well, you know what? I started off watching Adam the Woo, but he's kind of boring me lately.
Yeah, I can see that.
And then
he's boring.
The Carpetbagger is pretty boring. I like the Nomadic Fanatic because he's kind of he educates because he talks about his RV and what he does and things he does. He's very like descriptive about like it makes you want to like you could I think you could watch a couple episodes of Nomadic Fanatic and be able to survive on your own in an RV. Yes, the guy has sex with his cat. And then you have like who we invited to the show over the summer when he was in August and he never returned my emails. Which I'm a little upset about.
It happens. Don't take it personal.
We're going to invite him over to the house. Sue said she was going to cook him dinner. We're going to give him a place to stay. He's going to sleep on the couch. Park his RV. We're going to get a tour of the RV. We're going to check out the RV. Imagine that. We're going to done the show live in his RV.
That'd be cool.
You know? And he never returned my emails. And that's fine. And then I found out when me and Sue were in Disney World, not only was Tim Tracker there, but the Daily Woo was there. And the Nomadic Fanatic was there because they all did crossover episodes of each other.
That's mean. Yeah, I know.
They could have done crossover episodes of us.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? You would have seen me very happy and excited, and you would have seen a puss-faced Susan in the background, like a child about to pull a tantrum.
See, that would have been a honeymoon for you, definitely. But I wonder what the equivalent for Suze would be. Suze, who is your Tim Tracker or Rihanna? Rihanna?
There'd be
Rihanna?
Talk about a language barrier.
Rihanna, who always looks like she smells.
She does look like she smells.
I've always said she looks like she's glistening. She
like,
always looks sweaty and like she smells.
She looks like she just played 2 hours of basketball.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like there's a little skank to her, like a little gloss. Like you ever see girls? They're all red faced with their hair back.
No doubt, she'd probably be fun to hang out with. I'm not taking that away. She would probably be a lot of fun to hang out with. But she does
sexually, of
she
course.
Looks like she smells.
I'm sure if you said, "Hey Rihanna, I have an idea for you. Let's dress up as Mickey Mouse and Roger Rabbit, and let's go hang upside down and have sex." She'd probably be, "Yeah, I'll be down for that." She said, "Hey, I'll be down for that."
Yeah.
This is Rihanna. I'm down for that. I'm from the Barbados. That's my impression of Rihanna. I think it's spot on, to be quite honest.
I think it sounds more like Nelly Furtado, but we're close.
Nelly Furtado.
Remember Nelly Furtado?
Is she from New Jersey?
Maybe, but she tries to sound like that.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, she had that song.
Right,
no,
yeah.
that's is that Nelly Furtado?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that is
that was her
Furtado.
first hit.
But then she turned in kind of a rapper.
Yeah, I can tell you about the Nelly Furtado, the Bird song. In 2001, I was working at the Audubon Pan at the Square One Mall, and you hear all those fucking like Magic 106.7 songs in the mall they play.
I walked past you.
I must have heard
times.
"I Want to Be a Bird" and "Fuck Away" about 17 times in a shift.
That would explain why you are the way you are.
Oh God! I mean, there's certain songs that I hear remind me of working at the Pep Boys and working at the mall, and it reminds me of just like the old fucking soft rock songs you would hear, right?
Yeah. I only had 3 jobs my whole life. Longevity.
Yeah.
Yeah. It all started in Burger King when I was 16.
Burger King when you were banging your boss's
No,
wife,
that's not anybody.
right?
No, my friend's.
Yeah.
My friend's dad, who was the GM.
Yeah.
By the way, at the time they made like $85,000 a year.
Did they really?
Yeah, but remember, you're which I would
Which is
take that.
great.
It's great.
20 years ago, yeah.
But like your workforce is teenagers, and it's probably gonna be a pain in the ass. But like you smell
Unless you're
fries.
banging some of them.
And he was banging another GM at another store, but when I caught him,
Oh yeah.
I caught him
Did it ever
making out.
So are you allowed to talk about this?
Oh yeah, way statute of limitations are over here.
Why did it come out? Did the wife find out?
Well, no, I just haven't spoken to them and him in like decades now.
Oh, let's hope
decade now.
fucking your old boss and his wife aren't watching this episode.
No,
That'd be weird.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
That'd be
I'm
awkward.
not friends with this kid anymore.
No?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you should do it for an agreement. You should try to have sex with his wife. Was his wife good looking?
No, I never knew his wife. I never
okay.
knew my friend's mom, technically.
Friend's mom, yeah.
But I just caught him making out with another GM.
Just making out, though?
Yeah, just making out in the parking lot. But I knew that they were seeing each other.
It's weird.
Yeah, it was weird.
Making out, huh? I feel like if you're gonna have an affair in your wife, just not cut to the chase.
And of course, I still told my friend because I mean, what do you want to know?
What do you say?
He said he suspected anyway, but he told me to milk it for all it's worth. Because when I caught him, he asked me. Here's the thing. So I caught them in the back parking lot making out.
And did you
when I was
Adam Melody?
I was taking out the trash.
Yeah.
And I saw them, and he saw me walking, and in my peripheral I saw him, but I didn't look directly.
Okay.
And then I waited for him to come through the back door, and I was just kind of standing there. I was leaning up against the wall. And he's like, "What did you see?" And I said, "I saw everything." Right. And then he's like,
16-year-old Al Mel.
"Oh yeah, and
con artist."
And from that point on, I had to do absolutely nothing at that Burger King. I just kind of would push orders. I didn't work the register. I didn't even. I didn't even make
you couldn't
anything.
fight, I guess.
I would
right?
put things in bags and put them over on the tables.
So what made you leave?
I got older.
You know what I mean? Shoddy. So if you had shoddy service at Burger King in Stoneham between 2000 and 2002, is because Adam was lackluster in his fucking work.
Like 98, 2002, yeah. And I remember coming back from break late. I would take break was like a half hour. I would come back an hour and a half later.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: he would yell at people who would come back even like 5 minutes late.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, "How come Adam? He comes back late," and yell at him. And he would give the best corporate response: "Was you don't worry about him, you worry about you."
Yeah, it's because Adam watched me cheat on my wife. Make out of a fuck. I'm gonna ask you a question. You ever see what his wife looked like?
No.
Never. What did the girl look like
matter.
he was making out with, though?
She was pretty short, pudgy. She wasn't ugly, but she wasn't like a knockout.
Oh, it was just low. It was convenient.
Yeah.
It was Monica Lewinsky.
She wasn't bad. Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't like he was going out there looking for it. It was just there.
Exactly.
Bill Clinton, who looks out of
But
his
she was
office,
way younger than him.
Look to the right, look to the
Way
left.
younger. He kind of reminded me of like a Roger Moore. Roger Moore from James
a
Bond.
Silver Fox, if you will, huh?
That's kind of what he reminded me of. Roger Moore. But she was way younger.
Yeah.
No,
I wonder where they are these days.
I don't know.
You ever follow them on Facebook or anything?
No, I don't look him up.
You're curious?
I don't know.
Huh.
I mean, he was like in his 50s. I don't think he had Facebook.
He might be dead now.
Maybe.
Could be dead. What about the couple from the Red Roof Inn? You friends with them on Facebook?
No, I don't look up at any of that stuff.
See, I would have to somehow stay in contact with these people to see what happened, what could have been.
Yeah, I don't even remember their full names.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's mine. Stoneham too?
Yeah.
Oh God, Stoneham's a dirty town. Dirty.
Well, that was a Stoneham I worked in. He didn't live in Stoneham.
Oh.
The GM of the Burger King.
So how do you know the friend? If you didn't know him,
he worked there too.
Oh, that's how you met him.
It was his son. Yeah, his son would work there.
Gotcha. Okay, I thought you guys are old pals from back in the day. Like me and Doubleback, we worked at the Pep Boys together. And then one day we showed up to work and there was a sign on the door saying, "Sorry, we're closed for good." Yeah, your checks will be in the mail. Huh. But you can come in tomorrow and help us pack everything up if you want. So I did, and we played baseball in the old. You ever play baseball in a abandoned store that has nothing in it?
That sounds amazing. I played in a warehouse, but not in a store.
It was like that. So picture I think the shelves were partially down, but there was nothing in there. We just played wiffle ball. It was pretty
awesome.
funny. Every time I smell, here's what that was my first job was Pep Boys. Every time I go and smell tire or that rubber smell, it brings back memories. I remember there was this fat, terrible, obnoxious lady who was assistant manager there. And she only worked Sundays, and I worked Sundays and a few days a week, but Sundays was her shift, and she was unattractive, and there was 3 managers above her, and she was obnoxious to work for. Terrible. I used to know how to crash the computers at Pep Boys, so we're going back. Let's go back to the time machine. It's 2000, and it's the summer of 2000. Arty just turned 16.
It's Wayne's World, Suze. It's Wayne's World reference.
And if I went to the POTS computer, now I'm talking dot matrix computers. There were these little screens. Everything was written in orange, and it was you typed DOS. There was no interface whatsoever, right? If you looked up POTS for a 2002 Honda Civic, now remind you, we're in 2000, it would crash the machines.
Oh wow!
Oh yeah, every machine.
So
would just,
Y2K it would affect.
So it must something funky was going on. Every machine would shut down and crash.
Shit.
So on a busy Saturday, if I was bored, I would go up to a machine when no one was looking and type in a alternator for a 2002 Honda Civic and watched the computers just shut down.
Nice.
It was great. There was this lady who worked the register. She was about 4 feet tall. Oh, I remember that lady? And then I would spend most of the day in the back room gathering pieces from the totes and just stocking them on the shelves and dicking around. And then I would go take my break at McDonald's across the street. Now it's a bank. And that's how it... And then I would go and hang out with the cheese after work sometimes.
Yeah. I took out a sprinkler system at my old job.
Like
fire department had to come. Yep.
How'd you do that?
I was driving around the warehouse in an order picker, and I was trying to back up to pick up a pallet, and the ceiling was kind of low.
Oh, nice.
And the ceiling was kind of...
You clipped the fucking head.
The ceiling was kind of low, but I jacked up the order picker to back up into the pallet, and I smacked the...
the fucking sprinkler head?
The sprinkler head, and just water, but it wasn't even a clean break. Water was shooting everywhere. It almost caused an electrical fire. No product was damaged. I was covered in black water.
Oh, yeah, the water's all rusted and stuff
sitting in there, right? Yep. And no one thought I was going to come back. Everyone thought I'd be too embarrassed, but I did.
Was this your current job?
No, it was my old job at the chemist facility.
You really did work at a chemical plant?
Well, I worked for a biopharmaceutical company. Yeah.
Oh, that's what we always thought he was a chemist. Yeah. For years, me and Eric thought he used to walk the halls of a.
Well, I did work for a biopharmaceutical company for a long time, so you guys were half right.
Did I know you then?
I've been in this job 3 years now, the one that I'm in now.
Oh.
So yeah, you knew me.
Oh wow! So you were kind of a chemist.
You were.
So we had ballpark.
You were in the ballpark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's close enough.
In the ballpark. Yeah. They made more though.
It's not like we were in a homosexual relationship like that. We had to know each other's work, I guess. No,
sure.
Just a ballpark, but you didn't know what I did.
I knew you were an architect.
Yes, I mean, but what did I really do?
I mean, I don't need to know those specifics. So,
and sometimes it's better not knowing because when shit goes down, the less information known, the better, right?
Exactly.
You know.
And then I'm not going to understand you.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah, and I could explain something to you, and we'd just be looking at each other. We were from different wolves, if you will.
It'd be like you're speaking in Braille, like bump, 2 bumps, space, bump. I wouldn't know what the hell you're talking about.
It's like when I go on a job interview, right? So, for example, say I go on a job interview, and they're looking for a project manager at a chocolate factory, right? And the guy goes to me, he's interviewing, he goes, "Have you ever worked at a chocolate factory before? What do you know about chocolate?" And I'd be like, "Frank, can I call you Frank? Let me be honest with you. You can manage a building being built. You can manage a baby coming out of a womb. You can manage chocolate coming out of a chocolate factory. It's all about getting it done at the end of the day. There's a process to be done. There's steps to take that process, and then you execute that process." That's what you say to fucking Todd or Don, whatever the hell the guy name who was interviewing you. And he goes, "That's how we make chocolate." So,
fuck yeah.
I'm not quite sure why. I was even mentioned.
I don't know why I saw puppets riding a roller coaster. Yeah. That's why I just kind of looked at the television.
Watching the Funkaland.
Is that what that is?
Yeah. I'm going through my archives right here. But, yeah, it's fucking 2019. We've been doing this show. Well, I've been doing this show one form or another for 17 years now.
Am I your longest co-host on record?
Consistently, yes. Yeah. Eric comes and goes like an abusive husband. He's there for a little while. The kids see a couple birthdays of dad, and then he's on the wagon again, and we don't see dad for 6 months. So
he went out to buy some scratchers and never came back.
Yeah, he's about as consistent as playing scratch tickets and hoping to win money.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when he's around, and then he just, today he was exhausted from taking off Christmas decorations.
Oh, that's tiring, man. That's a lot of work.
Well, at least I know he knows how to take Christmas decorations, so when me and Sue's get a house, we can have him take off Christmas decorations.
There you go.
But I'm very anal how Christmas decorations are stored. You need to be specific locations so that when you pretty much you reverse Christmas when you unpack. So the day after Thanksgiving, you are doing the reverse of how you're packing. So each thing should have 1, 2, 3. Then you go 3, 2, 1. And you install everything. Your house isn't growing or shrinking.
You guys didn't have a tree this year.
We did not have a tree this year.
You did not have that white monstrosity that you had
the ugliest fucking thing I ever seen in my life. I refused. As growing up, I loathe having a fake fucking artificial Christmas tree. I loathe it. And this tacky broad from itself, because they don't get the authentic
wasn't even
Christmas
a good one.
tree.
Well, I have a fake tree too, but it's a good one.
I'm sure this thing probably cost a fortune. So she'll tell you how it costs. Oh, it's a great. Here's the thing: you don't get a white Christmas tree.
Yeah, exactly. It's shed like a motherfucker too.
We were down in Florida. Here we go. She's going on
defend it. Here we go.
I just worked her up. She's defending this tacky Christmas tree like
I'm not really defending it because I do agree it's a little tacky, but it fit the part in New Orleans.
How?
Because they had the bright colored ornaments. Hot pink, red, lime green, blue.
That was more like Miami.
No.
New Orleans?
New Orleans is bright, vibrant colors. You can't put those colors on a green tree.
Trees are green. That's
yes,
all I have to
I agree.
say.
Do you know what they do in Florida?
A green Christmas tree is Christmas.
Do you remember what they did in Florida?
I would never really want a white tree up
I want a
here.
green evergreen tree that smells like Christmas.
Yes.
Do you know what they do in Florida? Remember this, Sue? That the Christmas tree place do. So that down the street from my grandmother's house on the main road, they sell Christmas trees in December, right? What they do is they spray paint them like pink, red, white.
No fucking way.
So that you have these
Not
Christmas
doing it.
trees sitting there from Canada, and then you will see the guy spray paint them with like to make them like different colors.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there. We walk because there's this bar we go to. It's like this outdoor bar that we have to walk by when we're coming from my grandmother's house, and we just see these pink and red, blue, white Christmas trees sitting there. The real Christmas trees are spray painted. Now I wonder if they. I don't know. Maybe it's because of Florida, because of the humidity. They have to because the friggin' needles will fall off. I don't know if this is
It's a panty episode.
Is this the one?
This is the panty episode that I was
Look how
watching.
creepy that kid is in the front seat. We're watching Another Dirty Room right now. What's the odds we get these guys on the show? Well, we had one of them.
I don't want them here in person.
Well, we had Jake from...
we had Jake here. We had Jake on the phone.
Bright
yes.
Sun. He was on that show.
He doesn't really do much, though. He's just kind of there.
He's more of the behind-the-scenes guy. I think he does a lot of the editing and filming and stuff like that. You know, that's Jake. You know,
Jake from State Farm.
From State Farm. We should do a parody of this one night. We should go get a room at like Furns or Chisholm's or something like that up in Route 1.
Oh, man.
Maybe, yeah.
How much is that?
I don't know. We'd probably get it for like $40. Maybe me, you, double back.
Everybody throwing like 15
Eric,
each
yeah.
and just check it out.
Or we do Mario's or whatever it's called now. We do the heart-shaped jacuzzi. Chisholm's? Yeah, Chisholm's.
I do wonder how they get away with this. I would think they get sued. Like they're destroying. You know what I mean? Like they're open.
I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. These people who run these motels probably have no idea this video even exists. I'm sure they're not Google searching their hotel.
That's very true. But if they did, they're probably money hungry, and they'd probably be like, "You wrote my business."
But you need to get a lawyer first, I guess. You know, but. I think you could be right, but I think what these people might have for leverage is the hundreds of terrible reviews that are already listed on Yelp. So essentially, this is no different than a Yelp review. It's just a video version of it, I guess. You know?
But you would still need permission to record there.
Would you, though?
I would think so.
Maybe.
Yes.
They do mention the name.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, that is a point. It's only, that might be the caveat that may prevent them from, be able to survive. But
yeah.
But I think any responsible...
Yes, exactly.
Could
Defamation, yeah. So they must have to sign something.
Unless they present themselves as a documentary, maybe.
Yeah, but something's got to happen behind the scenes. Something, whether it's...
Yeah,
you know,
I mean... There's
I'm interested to know. I'm very interested here.
Well, let's get call Dan Bell up right now. I get him on the hotline. Dan Bell, how you doing?
I'm great. I don't know what Dan Bell sounds like. But...
I'm a fat fuck. I eat hot dogs and hamburgers.
Oh, God, I jump on beds with...
Is
that him?
No, that's his buddy, actually.
Okay.
I showed you the pictures of his family, right?
No.
The daughter?
Oh, yes, you did, I think.
Looks nothing like him.
Nope.
Like, how are you his daughter? He's married, has a wife.
Yeah. Someone lied to somebody.
But maybe he is married, right? Okay, he is married. He has an attractive daughter, but he, sneaks off to these hotel adventures so he can have homosexual sex with his young counterpart.
Normally I would laugh, but I think there's something serious about that.
Maybe.
I think you're right. And
I mean, you were confined. Maybe this is what this is his Brokeback Mountain.
When your opening credits are two people, one of them a grown, 50-something, maybe? I'm being generous here.
Well, if his daughter was 37, I think he's probably more in the 60s.
Okay, so a 60-year-old male, a fat male, jumping up and down in bed with a 20-something-year-old lean kid.
Yes.
It looks very...
Like a twink. Like there's a bear twink relationship going on. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. If that's their forte, then in all means, love it up and live it like you have.
Well, let me know. I feel like I'm being false advertised here.
But you know, sometimes I don't even want to know. I think it's they sell it themselves. I think, you know what I mean. At the end of the day, I think you had someone watch it, and the first thing they noticed was that opening credit, and they started putting two things together, right? I mean, I think I think this is a little more entertaining than the morning humble or the daily morning, whatever. What Joey's favorite on the
Joey, what is it again?
What's it called? The morning what?
Good Mythical Morning, yeah.
Good Mythical Morning. And he did tell us, and I was quite insulted by it, and I'm sure you as well, of having a YouTube channel and me having two, that he says he only subscribes to one, and neither of them are R3.
That's very true.
So, I mean,
You're not subscribed to mine, motherfucker.
Granted, he's in half of the ones that I do anyways. And, in fact, he's the star of... he's the star of the Packies TV channel, in fact. He has the most views out of any video. He is. So, I mean, I understand the Buffalo Bills Shuffle was a fucking hit. And I'm a little upset that they didn't make the playoffs this year so we could have a part two.
I thought there was a part two.
Well, there was. It was when they lost. And it was him and Eric sitting here and discussing. It wasn't as big as a hit, if you will. Mm. But was there any team that made the playoffs this year that hasn't made it in a while? San Diego, maybe?
Tennessee
made it last year. We beat them.
Oh, that's right.
Because maybe you could do a song maybe this weekend.
When was the last time the Ravens did?
It was a couple of years. Whoa.
Hey now.
Most of the teams that made it have pretty much been there either the last few years or not. Yeah, there was no really newcomers. No, I don't want a newcomer
coming in
and stay on the show.
Who could the Patriots potentially play?
They could play anyone but Indianapolis. So they could play Houston, they could play Baltimore, or they can play San Diego.
Interesting.
Yeah, so the reason of that is because they can play 3, 4, or 5. They can't
Who do you
play
think they're
6.
most likely to play?
Baltimore. Baltimore's taking out Houston.
Yep.
Is he doing it right now?
And they're the one team that I think...
The whirlwind potato. I think Baltimore is going to beat Houston in Houston. And I strongly think San Diego will beat... I'm sorry. No, that makes no sense at all. Because Baltimore won the division.
They're
right?
the one team I'm worried about coming in.
Baltimore's the 4. So Indy is playing Houston. So I think Houston's going to win that one.
Yeah.
And I think Baltimore beats San Diego. Which is unfortunate because we really want San Diego to win.
Yeah, I don't want Baltimore and Gillette. Yeah. I don't. They seem like they don't give a fuck.
There's two teams that I don't want to play. I don't want to play KC in KC.
Nope.
And I don't want to play Baltimore, period.
Yeah.
Just because they're like the Miami Dolphins, essentially. They're the team that, I mean, we played them twice in the AFC Championship. One, we got lucky because of the missed field goal that they got.
Yeah.
And we got into the Super Bowl because of that. And the second one, they destroyed us.
Yep.
And I don't know what it is about them. They're like the Miami Dolphins. They're a team that gets just, for some reason, can figure it out on any given day. You know what I mean? You want to play Baltimore? You think so? Yeah.
I think they don't give a fuck. They don't care where they are.
Oh,
they're just rolling.
I think Indy's just.
Eagles are coming on too, but that's in the other division. But all of a sudden, the Eagles are.
I wanted them to miss it so bad.
I know you did. I was kind of happy they did it because I know you were like, they're going to be a flash in the pan. They're not going to. But playoffs.
Granted,
because fucking Nick Foles is all of a sudden back again. He's going to.
I know. They barely got in, but granted, they got in. So,
yeah.
But you know what? Me and Joey were almost right. Cleveland almost got in. They were pretty much. They were a win away, basically.
I was right about the Bears.
We said
Bears got in. Yeah, I call the Bears too. He won the Super Bowl. They don't win the Super Bowl. I'm sorry?
I called them all.
Call what all?
All the teams.
No, you're even correct.
All the teams?
I don't think I want to. If I'm gonna run pape, you did not pick 100% of the teams.
3 in the AFC, right?
But hey, the Jaguars already had their Super Bowl.
Okay, so you got 50% of them in. Yeah, the Jaguars played their Super Bowl week 2.
Week 2.
Yeah,
week 2. We were there.
I wish I got that fuck face's number that was sitting in front of us. Because you know what I would do? Once they were just mathematically disqualified from the fucking playoffs, I would have called his fucking ass every hour, every day, and been like, "Hey, fuck face, how's your team now, Dingleberry?"
I love how he'd use another quarterbacks. He's like Nick Foles, not even your quarterback.
Yes,
Nick Foles.
And his quarterback's not even have a job next year.
Or he might, but he's going to be on the bench, and they're going to have to pay him.
Yeah, they're going to draft a new quarterback. That's what's going to happen. Fucking Jaguars. Fuck you.
Duval.
I mean, you got
Duval?
Jacksonville's the type of team that's good once every 10 years. They were good in 96. They were good like in 2007 or something we played them. They were good last year.
They were good last year, yeah, they were.
Every 10 years, they're good for a playoff run.
That's because they'll have to get shitty again to get good picks, and then they become relevant, and they lose them, and then...
You know what's funny about the Jaguars? They've been in more AFC championships than the Browns.
Well, and
the Browns been around a lot longer than the fucking Jaguars.
Yeah.
But, hey, listen, when in Rome. I think the Tennessee Titans have been... Well, they were the...
They were my pick this year to be most improved, but the Bears actually are. But the Tennessee Titans are probably number 2. They're as most improved.
Even though they missed the playoffs.
Yeah. But they were improved.
But
definitely.
That was another Super Bowl for the Tennessee Titans right there against the Patriots that weekend.
It was. Some teams throw all they have into it. The Jets didn't even show up the last week.
No,
I thought they were going to put up a fight. No.
The only game I'm ever afraid of is in Miami. In that division. That's the only one that ever caused any problems.
I've always been afraid of that no matter what. And I don't
in New England, no problem.
No problem.
In Miami, you know that's going to be a dogfight. I mean, Brady's only won 4 times in Miami. And he's been a quarterback for almost 20 years.
Some people argue, but I don't even think it's the case. Some people argue that it's the time of year, so the game never usually matters by that point. But
this year it did.
It does exactly.
You win that Miami game, we have the number 1 seed.
Yeah,
easily. I mean, granted, we didn't know that, 3 weeks ago because the way the cards fell. But when you sit back and look at it, people will be looking at the Patriots and be like, look, they had another 12-4 season, but it was a really gritty 12-4 season. It wasn't as smooth as some of them in the past. But in theory, in retrospect, though, the Patriots finished 12-4 the year they beat Atlanta in the Super Bowl, and the beginning of that season was terrible. That was the bad part of the season, was the beginning.
Yeah.
This year was a little bit in the beginning, a little bit at the end. They peppered it. In the middle was pretty decent. So,
and now every team's having problems, so it's not just ours. But
the way I look at it is that. If I need to pick a quarterback for the playoffs, it's going to be Tom Brady in the AFC.
I don't know. I think
I don't think Mahomes is.
But I don't think it's because it's his fault. I think their defense is just horrible.
Oh, they have a terrible defense.
It's not his fault. I think.
But the thing is, I don't know though. He did choke quite a bit when he did play on big ticket teams, or not big ticket games like that. Patriots game, for example, right? I mean, he did have 4 interceptions.
Yeah.
And he did throw a couple interceptions against that loss against San Diego in KC. So he's not...
They have a high-powered offense,
He's green. He's a green fucking quarterback. He's good. Will he develop to be anything? Time will tell.
Yeah.
And people could say the same about Tom Brady. They didn't know how good he's going to be. Then, I mean, he could have been a flash in the pan.
Did the Colts make it? I forget.
To playoffs, yeah. They're the 6th seed.
See, I told you Andrew Luck would be back. You were like, he's done.
Well, I mean, look at that division, though. I mean,
I know, but they were on a 9-game win streak.
Yeah, I mean, I mean,
well, Andrew Luck is back.
They made
his
it
arm
in.
is back. It took a while because I told you. And I said
you can thank the Cleveland Browns for Indianapolis getting in.
True,
because it wasn't for that tie against fucking Pittsburgh.
But Andrew Luck has played like the Andrew Luck. Oh, like he had the same surgery. I knew those kind of surgeries take years to recover full strength.
Andrew Luck is Mr. Subpar. He'll get you where you need to be, but they don't have a team around the poor guy. So I mean,
once T.Y. Hilton's gone, it's over.
Yeah, it's I don't know.
But I think that I heard a report. I was on the radio today. I forget. I think it was Adam Schaefer. Adam Schaefer was talking about how they're sending these scouts to talk to to go down to the college teams because a lot of these upcoming quarterbacks are not pocket quarterbacks. Like the quarterback scene is kind of changing.
I haven't seen a pocket quarterback in the last 6
Well, Baker Mayfield is. That's about it.
He
but
is.
But he's not a Mahomes. Like now it's like you have the Mahomes. You have I forget the guy who's at Baltimore. What's his name?
Lamar Jackson.
Yes, yeah, exactly. You have these kind of quarterbacks now that they're not exactly like the running quarterbacks like RG3 was, but they're still running and they're still throwing the ball, but they have better arms.
The life of a running quarterback is not existent. I mean, even Cam Newton is in.
He's probably the best one out of all of them. He's still going, but still.
Yeah, what's his face in Seattle too?
Russell Wilson.
Yeah, I mean, listen, guys, you guys are good when you first come in. You're young, you're vibrant, but your body can only take so much fucking hits. Yeah, I mean, you got to look at the quarterbacks that have a very prolonged life. The Tom Brady's, the Peyton Mannings,
Drew Brees.
The Drew Breeses, the John Elways, the Brett Favres.
Yep.
The who's the guy the Patriots quarterback they had for 20 years? Steve
Grogan.
Steve Grogan. He's a 20-year quarterback. I mean, Drew Bledsoe. He played for 20 years. Yeah. These are pocket quarterbacks that when you run, they look like a fat man running for the 5 yards they're diving for.
Yeah.
And people laugh at them like these guys aren't athletic, but they're smart because they don't take the hits.
Exactly. They can throw.
You take a bad. I mean, we all see what happens when Drew Brees took Drew Bledsoe took a bad hit 20 years ago, and Tom took a bad hit for game 1. 10 years ago. Injuries could have relevant. I mean, look at Brett Favre. I mean, what's his face? Aaron Rodgers. He hasn't been the same. I mean,
no, he's still got the arm, but he's not the same.
He might be the last true pocket quarterback, I think.
I know Luck. Luck is younger.
Yeah, that's true. But Luck's problem was he got a little ballsy in his beginning of his career. And he started doing the little running and stuff. And now, after he's got injured a few times, he's starting to now he probably has a good 10 years left in the league if he plays that position. But the problem is, by the time he got to that state of mind, he has no weapons around him. He's kind of just like an island. You know what I mean?
I was reading how he messes. I love Andrew. I think Andrew Luck is hilarious. I was reading how he messes with the defenses. Where let's say you're on the other team. I'm Andrew Luck. Mm-hmm. You sack me, right? And I'm like, he usually compliments them, and he's serious. He's like, "Good job, Arty. Good job. That was a good hit, man. Good." And they're like, "What the hell?" Him? Yeah. But he's serious.
He looks like he's Amish. Yeah. He reminds me of my cousin Ryan a little bit. They kind of have a similarity together.
Maybe
Andrew Luck. But I remember him. He's one of the only quarterbacks I've ever watched in college. I think that I can remember when he was in USC. No, not USC. Stanford.
Yeah.
I remember there was a game they played. They went to like 7 overtimes or something like that. It was fucking. Wow.
Peyton Manning was calling out Matthew Stafford, the Lions quarterback.
Yeah.
Now that's a guy I thought it was hilarious because he's right. He was analyzing Matt Stafford's way he throws and the way he looks at. He's like, stop staring at your receivers because it gives away. Because he throws a ton of picks, Matt Stafford.
Oh yeah, because he's looking at the guy he's throwing at.
Yeah, he's like staring at him. He's like staring him down.
And the cornerback's literally sitting there just watching his eyes. He's like, he's going left, he's going right. He's like, all right, he's going right there.
Stafford is a perfect example of a gunslinger. Great arm, but he's just not smart.
He is a equivalent of. I'm trying to think of. He's the fat fuck. He's the Sandoval of fucking football. He's the fat fuck that just shows up, has talent, but has no idea how to fucking use it. And he's just clueless when he goes out there. Like, you could tell Matthew Stafford was like a frat pouty boy who had a good time
definitely. He's got
in
the
Georgia.
Cheeks.
I mean, he was chubby from drinking beer. He was the most unathletic person you probably ever look at. And he goes, and the reason he's had such a career is because he plays in such a forgiven town of mediocrity of Detroit. He would never survive in a fucking big football market team.
But he does. I'll give him one thing. He does have a good arm. That's the only thing that's got him by. He's one of those guys that's chugging beers at a party. He's like, watch this. I'm going to throw this over the house.
There's he is the Joe Kelly, the guy with the great arm but has no fucking accuracy.
If you had to pick,
he's Joe Kelly of fucking football.
Let's dumb this down here. If you had to pick now, let's say. I think I know who you're going to pick, but try to dumb it down here on a Patriots team.
For our lady listeners.
Let's try to dumb it down in the sense that like both teams have like a support around them that's really good.
Okay.
What would you rather have, Matt Ryan or Matt Stafford?
Matt Ryan.
Yeah, that's tough for me.
And I can tell you why, because Matt Ryan's a smarter.
Line.
He's a smarter football player. He's the type of guy he will throw. Stafford will just throw. Just to try to get it thrown. You know what I mean? Like, like a sloppy, not fucking paying attention, just kind of throwing it out there. At least Matt Ryan may take a few sacks, but at least he's more accurate in a sense of he's more football savvy.
Okay.
I mean, but I think that goes without saying. He's just a more intelligent quarterback, I think.
Okay.
Dinner's ready.
Ooh.
Smells amazing.
We got like a few minutes left in the show. So another comparison. Who would I pick?
Let's dumb this down.
What would I rather have?
Would you rather have Hoyer?
Mm-hmm. God, the destroyer,
or Colt McCoy, Redskins. He broke his leg, obviously, but
Colt McCoy.
Really?
Yeah, he's the career backup quarterback.
But I think I was still. We're grasping at straws here, but I think I would still rather go Hoyer because at least Hoyer has been starter at some point, and McCoy has never been a starter in his life. So that gives him a little more.
But what's there? I bet. But I want to. I don't know. I don't have anything in front of me to say this, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that Colt McCoy has a better fucking record than Brian Hoyer.
Well, I think Hoyer's had more games to have a worse record.
Maybe. That could be it too. I mean, Hoyer is just he's just a blah. I mean, he's the.
He started in Cleveland, failed. Started in Texas, failed, and now he's just a.
I would love to be, the career backup. Who's the guy that took over for the Jets that game because they were hurting so bad? Was it McCoy? No, it was no, he's in the Jets. Who's the fucking guy?
I can see his face too.
McCarron.
McCarron, yes.
I want to be him. 19 years. He's played as long as Tom Brady.
Yeah.
And the guy makes $1 million a year just for being
for playing catch every week at practice.
Just in case guy.
Yep.
The just in case guy. $1 million. Would you take $1 million a year just to be the just in case guy?
I would say so.
I mean, it's consistent, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so your lifetime you make $20 million. I think that's pretty successful.
I would love that to just play catch every year.
Yeah.
And
you'd be like the Lou Maloney in a fucking local radio station, just do fucking the midday show. You know what I mean?
I mean, parts of it would be a little annoying because it's like you're not starting, and like let's face it, you're away from your family, away from all that stuff.
I think
you gotta sit there and get bored.
But I think at a certain point of being a backup, you come to the reality. Whereas I'm probably not. I think like 5 or 6 years in, you get that reality is, you know what? I'm not going to be the starter, so I'm going to embrace my backup role.
I would hope so.
And I'm going to, do it to the best of my ability, and I'm just going to ride this cow until it fucking dies. You know what I mean?
Oh, that'd be the smart
you
thing.
have to. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to play anymore, I don't think.
Well, I don't think football players have that mentality because they're just like, I want football, I want play, I won't sit out.
I don't know. When you dangle $1 million or something from them, I mean,
a quarterback, yes, but I think a lot of other players don't have that mentality. They just want.
But a lot of the other players too are playing because they're making $200,000 a year being a nose tackle. Where I mean, and it's not a guaranteed contract. It's not like a fat ass baseball player who can. Bad baseball players are the most unathletic athletes out there, but make the most money, which is mind-boggling. But we're going to see that changing. I think in a few years, it's already starting to change with these big contracts. They're starting to go, null void.
Yeah.
And, I mean, the last one was the John Carlos Stanton one, but Manny Machado hasn't been signed yet. Just keep that out there.
He's either going to sign with the Phillies or the White Sox, they said today.
Well, he was supposed to sign with either the Yankees or the fucking Nationals, and both teams didn't pay him, so.
He doesn't want to be in that market.
Now he's going down. I mean, here's the thing. I think the days of seeing giant contracts like that, I think John Carlos Stanton's probably the last guy you're going to see for that 10-year X amount of money.
For a hitter, maybe. No, Bryce Harper might be the last guy. I think he's going to get something crazy.
Maybe. I don't know. He'll get something good, but it's people base. Yeah, I mean they play 162 games a year, right? Yeah. You got to fill your home stadium up 82 times, right, in that season. And granted, most stadiums hold 30,000 people. The average attendance is probably closer to maybe 15 to 18 collectively. Some teams obviously have more than other teams, but on a Tuesday night, the Yankees might be bringing in 35,000 people, but the Arizona Diamondbacks are probably bringing in about 5,000 to people. So the average it gets skewed a little bit. And to justify, you're not making that much money on a hot dog or a beer. You're making money, but you're not making that much money.
But there's always a stupid owner out there to throw money at somebody.
Well, it's the owner because at a certain point it's coming out of the owner's pocket and it's not coming out of the profit of the business. He's bought, like for example, the Red Sox are known for this. The owners own Ross Racing. They own a race team for NASCAR, right? Fenway, whatever it's called. Then they own the Red Sox, and then they own the is it Manchester United or one of those fucking teams in the elite league out there, right?
Yeah.
So they got 3 teams they own. And it's been known that they've been borrowing money from each of the fucking teams to pay for other things for other teams. I mean, that's the way it goes. But, I mean, it's a fucking business. What the fuck do I know? I'm sitting here in my fucking $250 Red Sox seats here.
They're nice. I like them.
With you on a Thursday night and double back sitting there in his pajamas.
What's so wrong with that?
I mean, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I could be eating caviar right now on the top of the fucking Prue, and on the fucking Boston Globe.
You could?
No one's caviar when you have Sue's pasta.
That's true.
Hell yeah. And garlic bread.
Garlic
bread. The garlic bread.
Yeah.
It's her Garth Brooks garlic bread, she calls it.
Garth Brooks garlic bread.
Yeah.
I'm down for that.
All right, then. We'll leave it at that, then. All right. So it's, hope you guys enjoyed the show. I know at least the Wallace and the Powers was watching tonight. I think at least Eric tuned in for about 5 minutes and probably passed out.
Yeah. This is gay, I'm out.
Hope he had his cock in his hand, though, because I'd be flat.
Oh, man.
How many people think jerk off to our show? Because we do, 100 people, view it.
Or at least on in the background somewhere listening.
Think anyone's cranking to us?
Not to us, but I'm sure it's played in the background in a state somewhere where somebody was doing something.
Maybe. It's like Seinfeld's on every second of the day of every place in the world.
Yeah, it's messed up.
So it's crazy. Whirlwind Potato.
Yes,
check that out.
Check it out.
Because the best part's in the beginning goes, potato.
Potato.
The best, we did watch your Vicky DeSmell on the video the other day.
Oh, yeah.
Which I thought
that was an
hilarious.
old one, too. That was been done for months.
About
it's been sitting there.
The dad with his toy fuck doll.
Yeah. I think it's,
Think about it, makes sense.
Yeah.
And the Harriet, the neighbor.
I totally forgot I didn't release that video until about a week ago.
Yeah,
I gotta release that one.
That one was good.
Gotta keep a few in the buffer just to.
Okay, maybe we want to watch Small Wonder afterwards, naked, and see how I felt after it was over. I can tell you. I had to take a shower.
I do like the black and white work I did on that. It made it look very sinister.
Yes, you did. It's pretty good.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Of course, thepacky.com, you can read such articles from myself or Adam or, what's his name?
Ryan.
Glover.
Ryan
Glover, who's very vocal on things.
Yeah.
I guess you'd say it's probably a safe word to say vocal, right?
No.
And, yes, and Double Back and Susie J and the dogs, of course, are here. And, we'll see you guys next week. Same, we'll be Wednesday with Thursday now. I know we're throwing people off, but we'll be more consistent with the Wednesdays. Next Wednesday is Hawaiian shirt day, so bring a Hawaiian shirt. Yeah, sure, why not?
Fuck it, let's do it.
Maybe we can sign ourselves up for beer and board games and play some board games with some people in this building and drink for free.
Oh, yeah.
I think you and Joey should go down as a swinging couple, you know? Just 3 of us.
Oh, 3 guys. Yeah, 3 guys.
And when people ask what we do, we just we'd be very, very, very vague of our relationship status. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that'd be very entertaining.
It would be very
entertaining. I think it would be worth for Sue to go down and just kind of to document the uncomfortableness that people who have, who approach us and realize that are they together, are they swinging, and what's their status? You know what I mean? You know?
Yeah.
Too bad we can't find a really small an 18-year-old Puerto Rican boy to bring with us, and we can put him on a leash or something. And say he's our house boy.
A pool boy.
Pool boy.
Pool.
He's like,
he's 18.
I clearly and distinctly said 18.
You did. You did emphasize that. I will give you that. Yeah. You know?
So
First thing you said, actually.
It's not like your people in New Hampshire who are marrying people at 12, according to your.
My people.
Well, I mean, close enough. New Hampshire is the Tennessee of the North.
Yeah.
More like West Virginia.
That's what it says on their Constitution. New Hampshire, Tennessee of the North. Even though New Hampshire was around before Tennessee, it's crazy how it worked out that way.
Oh my god! And the
What's
dog
he doing?
just farted.
Did he fart?
I heard that one.
He's waving his tail.
That was a good one. I know.
That's nice.
He's waving it towards you with his tail.
Thanks,
It's good. He's
Alan.
excited.
I think the garlic bread smell though will kill that. Anyway, yeah.
It's actually funny on the video feed right here with Tommy up on the thing right there. Yep. All right, we'll see you guys next week. Have a good week. Bye-bye. Woo.